What if I told you that BMW might be working on something that doesn't just sit between the 3 Series in the M lineup, but actually redefines what an entry-level performance car should feel like? Not just faster, not just sharper, but smarter, more connected, and maybe even a little controversial, because the rumored 2026-27 BMW M10 isn't just another badge. It could be BMW's boldest experiment in years. And if you're someone who loves driving, but also cares about tech, practicality, and real-world usability, then you might want to stick around. Because this one could either be a game changer or a complete miss. So let's break it down, honestly, practically, and from your point of view, starting with the design. And yeah, this is where things get interesting. If BMW actually brings the M10 to life, expect something aggressive but not over the top. Think compact proportions, a low stance, and that classic BMW athletic look, but with modern touches. Slimmer headlights, a sharper kidney grille, hopefully not oversized this time, and a more sculpted body. It's likely going to sit somewhere between a coupe and a compact sedan, maybe even a fastback style to attract younger buyers. But here's the real question. Do you actually want another aggressive-looking car? Or something more subtle and classy? Because BMW lately has been dividing people with its design language. Some love it, some absolutely hate it. The M10 needs to hit that sweet spot. Not too loud, not too boring, just right. Moving inside, this is where BMW has been both impressive and a little frustrating. Expect a clean, minimal dashboard with a curved display setup. Similar to what we've seen in newer models, everything will likely be digital, from the instrument cluster to climate controls. Now on paper that sounds great, but in real life, touch controls can be annoying. Imagine trying to adjust AC while driving fast, not ideal. So the real test is, will BMW keep some physical buttons or go fully touchscreen? Because usability matters more than aesthetics when you're actually driving. Material quality should be solid. Soft touch surfaces, maybe some aluminum trims and optional leather upgrades. But don't expect ultra luxury, and this isn't a 7 Series. It's supposed to be sporty and slightly premium, not overly plush. Space-wise, expect it to be decent for front passengers, but rear seats might be a bit tight, especially if they go for that coupe-like roofline. So if you're planning to use this as a family car, you might want to think twice. Now let's talk tech, because this is where things could either impress or overwhelm you. BMW is pushing hard into digital ecosystems. The M10 will likely come with the latest infotainment system, offering wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice commands, and maybe even gesture controls. But here's the honest part. Half of these features sound cool in ads, but how many do you actually use daily? Voice commands are hit or miss. Gesture controls? Most people forget they even exist after a week. What really matters is responsiveness. No lag, no glitches, quick pairing, and intuitive menus. If BMW nails that, the tech will feel premium. If not, it'll just be another frustrating touchscreen experience. Now the AI side, and this is where things get futuristic. Expect some level of AI integration, personalized driving modes, learning your habits, maybe even suggesting routes based on your routine. The car might adjust climate, seat position, and even driving dynamics based on your preferences. Sounds cool, right? But let's be real. Do you want your car making decisions for you? Or do you want full control? Some drivers will love the convenience. Others will find it intrusive. So the success of this AI system depends on one thing. Can you easily turn it off or customize it? Because at the end of the day, it's still your car. Now let's get into performance. And honestly, this is the biggest question mark. The M badge usually means serious performance. But since this is likely an entry-level model, don't expect insane horsepower numbers. Instead, think balanced performance. Maybe a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, possibly with hybrid assistance. Power could be somewhere around 300-350 horsepower, which is more than enough for daily driving and occasional fun. But here's the key. It's not just about power. It's about how that power feels. BMW is known for its driving dynamics, sharp steering, good balance, and that connected feel. If the M10 delivers that, it'll instantly stand out in its segment. But if it becomes too digital, too assisted, too filtered, then it might lose that classic BMW soul. And that brings us to driving feel. Imagine getting behind the wheel. You press the start button. The engine comes alive, maybe not super loud, but refined. You pull out onto the road and immediately you notice the steering. Is it sharp? Is it communicative? Does it tell you what the front wheels are doing? Because that's what driving enthusiasts care about. Acceleration should be quick, probably 0 to 60 in around 5 seconds or less. But more importantly, it should feel smooth and predictable. No sudden jerks, no weird power delivery. Suspension will likely be on the sporty side, a bit stiff but not uncomfortable. Good for handling but still usable for daily driving. And here's a question for you. Would you prefer a softer ride for comfort or a stiffer setup for better handling? Because BMW has to balance both and it's not easy. Now safety, and this is non-negotiable. Expect all the modern features: adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking. But again, real-world usability matters. Some systems are too sensitive, constantly beeping and interfering. That can get annoying fast. So hopefully BMW tunes these systems properly, helpful, but not intrusive. Build quality will likely be solid. Good crash safety ratings are expected, but we'll have to wait for official tests. Now practicality, and this is where things get real. Is this car actually usable every day? Fuel efficiency should be decent, especially if there's hybrid assistance. Maintenance, however, might be on the higher side. It's still a BMW. Cargo space? Probably average. Enough for groceries, maybe a couple of bags. But don't expect SUV-level practicality. Parking should be easy due to its compact size, which is a big plus in city driving. But again, think about your lifestyle. If you need space, comfort, and low running costs, this might not be your best option. But if you want something fun, stylish, and engaging, then it starts to make more sense. Now let's talk market positioning. The M10 will likely compete with cars like entry-level performance, sedans and sporty compact cars. Think Audi S3, Mercedes-AMG A-Class, maybe even some high-end hot hatches. The challenge is, why should someone pick the M10 over those? It needs to offer something unique. Better driving feel? Smarter tech? More value? Because right now competition is strong, and buyers are smarter than ever. If BMW prices it too high, people will just move up to a bigger model or switch brands. If they price it right, it could become a very attractive option. So let's wrap it up with a clear verdict. The 2026-27 BMW M10 has the potential to be a really interesting car. Not perfect, not revolutionary, but a solid mix of performance, tech, and everyday usability. Expected price? Probably somewhere between $45,000 to $55,000, depending on specs. Expected launch? Most likely late 2026 or early 2027, if BMW actually confirms it. But here's the honest truth. This car will only succeed if BMW keeps it simple. Good driving dynamics, usable tech, reasonable pricing, no unnecessary gimmicks, no overcomplicated systems. Because at the end of the day, people don't just buy cars for specs, they buy them for how they feel. And now I want to hear from you. Would you actually consider buying something like the M10? Or would you go for a bigger, more established model? Do you care more about performance or tech? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read everything. And if you enjoyed this kind of honest, no-nonsense review, make sure you subscribe to Avengers Autos. Because here we don't just follow hype, we break it down. I'll see you in the next one.